With this clip, I'm starting a new playlist called What Happens Next. The idea is very simple. I'm going to show you a position, and then you've got to work out the best continuation, and I'm going to give you a choice of two different moves. When we get to the actual test position, I'll explain further what happens, but for now, let's plunge in with the game. So this is the game Ismagambetov against Wen Yang from the recent Asian Team Championship. In the match, Kazakhstan against the Chinese second team. Now we joined the game after 16 moves. Very sharp position indeed. It was from one of my favourite openings, the Najdorf. White's king has castled on the queen side. Black's king is still in the middle of the board, so that's pretty tense. And here Black started queenside initiative, and you can see, well, there could be a threat sometimes to play a4 to trap this bishop, or just to open lines. The bishop is very active, the queen is very active. So White thought that he would initiate play in the centre of the board. That seems very logical when Black's king is still there. And he played pawn to e5, and that's very sharp indeed. Of course, this pawn can be taken, that's what Black did. The idea is to open up the e-file, but also to give this knight a square on e4. And White indeed played knight e4, and you can see that's very threatening indeed. Black accepted the challenge here, he didn't back down, he played a4, and you can see that that bishop now is trapped. But White obviously had this all planned, had seen this coming, and he took on f6. So that breaks up Black's pawns in the middle to a certain extent, but the bishop is still trapped, and queen takes d6 is probably insufficient. Well, it's complicated, but Black should be alright there. But White came up with a remarkable move now. Bishop takes f7 check, and I'm sure that must have come as a bit of a shock to Black. This could be taken in three different ways. Let's have a look. First of all, what about knight takes? Well, that can be met by rook de1 check, a very clever move. Now there are lots of variations here, but let me sort of draw the main continuation to your attention. If king d7, then bishop takes d6 is actually a winning move, because if knight takes d6, then rook h7, and the king goes back, and then we can take on d6. So knight takes isn't very good. What about rook takes? Well, then queen takes d6, and suddenly there's a threat of rook h8. Now Black can save himself here with queen takes b2 check, and then this knight fork. And in this endgame, well, White is a bit better. His pieces are obviously more active than Black's. But if Black wants to try and hold the game, that might be the way to do it. But Black was up for the challenge, and he played king takes bishop. He thought he could survive this. White now took the knight, and after pawn takes, there came rook h7 check. Now Black should probably move the king back here, but he went up the board with king g6. He thought he was safe. Now this is the position that I'd like you to study. I'm going to give you two moves. If you would like to play queen d3 check here, then click on the left hand side of the screen. If you would like to play rook dh1, then click on the right hand side of the screen. According to your choice, that'll bring you through to another clip where I'll explain how good those moves were, and then eventually I'll bring you through to the solution. So see you soon for the next clip. Take your time, and see you soon.